Upstate 8 basketball. Tonight's ball game, brought to you here on Channel 6, will feature the Larkin Royals versus the DeKalb Barbs. And Paul, this is a tough upstate 8 battle, and it promises to be a pretty good, pretty competitive ball game here at Larkin.
Yes, it does. It's a home game for the Larkin Royals. It's the third time that these teams have met, and it's been a close one. The last game, it was a one-point ball game, Larkin winning 61-60. The first game, which Larkin won by 25 points, DeKalb comes out and they say that they were intimidated. It'll be interesting to see how the top three guys, Schuler, Palmer, and Binion, go up against this DeKalb Barb Ball Club and see if DeKalb can keep their heads in the ball game.
Now, what's DeKalb going to have to do quickly, Paul, to stay in this ball game and not get blown out of the gym?
Well, cover those three guys for number one, but number two, get a setup type offense where they can have that three-point shot open. They do not have an inside ball game to speak of, and their bench is really, really sore right now.
All right, and here's the tip-off. Binion controls, and Larkin begins early, and Brown puts it in for 2 points. And like that, Larkin is on the board. Number 11, Steve Ware, brings it up for the Barbs. Ware looking to penetrate. And Binion goes for the steal. Jordan misses the shot, and Hornock will start the break. Up ahead to Binion, looking for Brown. Boy, Brown off to the fast start.
Nice tip pass by Binion.
DeKalb brings it up the floor. Carlson kicks it back to Wares, who sets the offense.
Larkin in a man defense.
And Carlson, jumper off the mark. Schuler to Hornock. Oh, Chris Brown.
Brown's on fire, and they already have a timeout against DeKalb here.
And DeKalb doesn't waste any time burning that first timeout, and we're going to keep it right here. And first, Paul, I need to set those lineups for you. Steve Ware and Marlon Jordan for DeKalb, along with Barron Carlson and Adrian Pearson. Spencer Anderson at center for the Barbs, and for the Royals, they come out with a three-guard attack. Matt Schuler, Sean Palmer, and Greg Hornock, with David Binion at the center and Chris Brown playing that strong forward. And Larkin just has so many different weapons.
Well, I tell you, and right now they're going inside to Brown, and they know that at DeKalb, as we said at the outset, DeKalb doesn't really have an inside game. They don't even have an inside defense to speak of, really. And Brown might have a field day. And if they start double teaming on Brown, number 40 is going to have a field day tonight, too.
They really will have their hands full. Less than a minute gone by here in the first period, and DeKalb in danger of getting blown out early, very early. Adrian Pearson inbounds. Ware picked up by Hornock at the timeline. Inside look, and it's off the backboard and out of bounds. The ball belongs to the Royals.
Well, they saw Spencer Anderson go back door. He tried that lob pass. But one of the things that DeKalb has to do is to keep their heads in the ball game.
And DeKalb comes with a little bit of pressure. Hornock across midcourt to Palmer for three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Sean Palmer on the board. And it's 9-zip Royals. Andre Ware to Carlson. Carlson looks to penetrate. Pearson tries the inside move, doesn't go, and Binion clears the board. Palmer with the jumper, but Ware got the foul before he got the shot away.
Ware, that's going to be his first, the team first. You noticed on that last offensive series by DeKalb, the nice block out by not only Brown, but David Binion to get that rebound. Nobody underneath for DeKalb for that rebound.
Hornock kicks it inside to Binion. Back out. Schuler. Matt Schuler with a tray of his own. 12-zip early. Ware looking to make something happen, and David Binion has him out top. Pearson to Carlson. And Ware answers. That's a three, and DeKalb is on the board, down by 9. Dangerous pass.
Look out.
That could be 3. Sean Palmer. Boy, that's money in the bank. You got to get a guy in his face or he will bury those day in, day out.
I was going to say, that was a wide open jumper for Palmer.
Pearson guarded by Palmer. Back to Carlson. Pearson. Inside look picked off by Binion. Oh, and they say he traveled.
Wow. Hard to see from this angle where we're sitting. We're sitting all the way on the other end of the court from where the action is, but I didn't think David took a step to be called a traveling there.
Yeah, he did begin to lose his balance.
Yeah.
And DeKalb will inbound. They look for Pearson, and here's a breakout. It could be a poster. And he throws it down. Chris Brown throws it down, and DeKalb
Timeout.
forced to call a timeout. Larkin begins to celebrate. 17-3. They are all over the barbs. And once again, we're going to keep it here. Boy, this is not what Coach Cords had in mind for this Barb Ball Club.
No, absolutely not. One of his biggest concerns was for the guys to keep their heads in the ball game, and with a 17-3 deficit right now, it's getting pretty difficult to try to keep your heads in the ball game. You're going to try to maybe force passes inside, force shots, ill-advised shots, and against a strong Larkin Ball Club as they're playing right now, it's going to be a tough night, a long night for the DeKalb Barbs, I'm afraid.
And before the ball game, David Binion got kind of a nice honor. He's in the running to be a McDonald's All-American High School player, and they recognized him for that and talked about him a little bit. And the scary part for this Barb Ball Club is that the big weapon, Mr. Binion, hasn't even been a factor yet.
No, that's true. David's not scored a point yet.
And they're down by 14. DeKalb trying to pick up the pieces. 4:53 left in this first quarter.
I'll tell you where David's making his mark, though, is on the defensive boards right now.
Jordan looking for some help. Ware looks inside. Nice pass. Oh! Jordan misses the layup. Hornock clears, and it brings it up to Binion. Ball loose. Players on the deck, and DeKalb comes away with it. Up court, Anderson looking for some help, gets it to his point guard.
A little patience to get a good shot.
Carlson guarded by Schuler. And he takes a few steps, another Barb turnover. 4 minutes left. Larkin looking to build on their 14-point lead.
DeKalb's in the middle of the pack in the Upstate 8. They have about a 500 record overall, and I think you can tell just by their style of play right now. This is not a typical DeKalb Barb Ball Club, though. They were tough a few years ago, and you could almost not beat them on their home court.
And they got somebody on Larkin. I think maybe it was Chris Brown. On Schuler, I beg your pardon. Schuler called for the foul.
It's his first, team's first.
Another inside pass knocked away by Binion. Hornock comes out of there with it, and they're running. Guess who? Chris Brown.
Brown with 10 so far, and there's 3 minutes left to go first quarter.
Boy, that's scary for a high school game. Carlson looking for help. Oh, Binion goes for the steal. Kicks it up ahead. Tried to go back to Palmer. And DeKalb starts back. Carlson looking for daylight. And he's hammered by Schuler.
That was a nice play by Binion on that last play, though, even though he passed it inside. He saw Palmer coming on the trailer and thought that he would have a clear shot to the basket, but the DeKalb Barb player stepped inside on that passing lane.
And super sub, Kendrick Thomas checks into the ball game for the first time. He replaces Schuler. And Ware to inbound. Look inside for Pearson. Back out to Ware. Boy, Binion is so quick.
He's so intimidating. He has a leap, a vertical leap. It looks about 2.5 feet off the ground, almost effortlessly. He's posing a definite threat in the middle.
And the inside bucket goes to Marlon Jordan. Larkin doesn't waste any time. Binion off the foot for the second time. He dribbles it off his foot. Inside for Kendrick Thomas. Palmer with the tray.
Now, who do you cover if you're DeKalb? Go inside, they can go outside on you.
And Binion gathers in another board. 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter. 22-5. Larkin all over DeKalb.
You didn't think you'd be seeing a varsity practice session at this time of night, did you? On a Friday night.
Early on in the season, one of the teams the Royals were playing, I believe it was Streamwood, but I'm not sure. I was talking to the coach and I asked him, how do you stop these guys? And he says, well, you hope they only put 4 guys on the floor and that we get 7.
Yeah, Streamwood's having a tough season.
Hornock for the jumper. Boy, everybody with the hot hand on this Royal team.
The only guy that hasn't scored of the starters is Binion.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Back to Ware, looking to reset that offense. Romanathan with the ball. Looking inside, good position, but he misses the layup. Pearson goes up and he gets hammered.
Nice play by Pearson, blocking out inside and getting that rebound, putting it back up. I don't remember too many offensive boards thus far tonight for DeKalb, and that was a good one.
And we're seeing what we thought we would. Larkin trying to run up and down the floor. DeKalb trying to get across the timeline and then slow it down and set up some of their half-court offense.
Binion's going to take a rest as Sharik Simpson comes in the ballgame.
And I tell you, the Royals don't lose too much with Sharik Simpson checking into the ballgame. He goes 6'4", 185 and is only a junior. Pearson with the free throw. Cuts the lead to 18. Cuts the lead to 18 in the first quarter. Make it down to 17. Under 2 minutes left. Simpson looks inside, but settles for Palmer on the perimeter. Over to Brown, back to Thomas. Nice cut, boy, and great recognition by Thomas. Kicked it inside to Palmer.
Palmer with 11.
Romanathan looking for some daylight. Oh, that was a nice inside look, nice pass, but Sharik Simpson fouled.
It's Simpson's first, team's third.
And I think they're going to say that was before the shot, and DeKalb will inbound. 26-7 here in quarter number 1. Ware to Carlson. Oh, and Carlson takes Kendrick Thomas to the hole. And I don't think Kendrick's going to take that too kindly.
But he gave him the baseline, and Carlson put it to good use.
Palmer outside at his sweet spot. Looking inside, and he finds Sharik Simpson. Rejected. Well, Pearson knocks the ball out of bounds.
And there's one kid that's got his head in the ballgame right now. It's Pearson for DeKalb. He's playing a whale of a ballgame.
Thomas out top of the key. Hornock to Chris Brown. Tough shot. Won't go in. Jordan gathered the board, and Carlson brings the attack back up court. DeKalb's getting a lot of movement. Thomas goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Romanathan on the jumper, off the mark. Sharik Simpson goes high for the board. Hornock to Palmer. And that one's deep. Sharik Simpson on the offensive board. And the jumper that misses the mark. And finally, Pearson gathers it in, and that's going to bring us to the end of one. A fast and furious first quarter here at Larkin High School. We're going to head into this first commercial break with Larkin leading DeKalb 26-9. We'll be right back.
I think what DeKalb has to do is just play their style of ball game. We're having two teams, two contrasting styles. I think DeKalb knew coming in that they're going to not have a close ball game tonight. Just play their ball game and get tuned up for the regional coming down the road a little bit.
Now Larkin with 26 points in that first quarter. DeKalb will be lucky if they score 26 on the game at this rate. A long inbound pass. Gathered in by Simpson, and the Royals start back up court. Oh, tough pass. Saved by Simpson to Carlson. DeKalb looking to slow it down. Romanathan still on the floor. Ware looking for some help. Anderson with a nice inside move. Anderson goes 6'5", 205, and he's a guy they look to go to in that post position down there. Hornock inside to Palmer.
Nice give and go to Palmer.
Gets the layup, and Sean Palmer doing it on the inside, the outside.
Palmer with 13.
Almost a minute gone by in this second quarter. Inside to Anderson. Can't get it to go, but gets his own miss and puts that one in. The big kid muscling up tough inside.
Well, going to that play twice. Anderson using his bulk to block out the defenders and able to put it up off the glass.
I'll lay money if that happens more than once more. Binion's back in the ballgame. And Hornock. Gregory Zeismer checked in the game for the Royals. Tips that rebound. Carlson out of the pack. 28-13 your score here. Ware open three. In and out. Knocked out of bounds. Who touched it? Ball belongs to DeKalb.
DeKalb caught a break. It was off the Larkin player. DeKalb will inbound it underneath their own basket. As Romanathan comes out. And Bergman comes in for DeKalb.
Boy, nobody was ready for that pass. They kick it around. Ware ends up with it inside to Anderson.
Nice play.
Carlson gets it stripped away. Quick hands underneath.
A nice play, though, by Spencer Anderson as he got Zeismer up in the air. And then he took that jumper, but it didn't go. Luckily for DeKalb, it's off of a Larkin player out of bounds.
And we got a pretty good crowd here, Paul, considering that Larkin was heavily favored in this game.
There's always a good attendance here at Larkin High School. They have a real good following, and now with the record that they have and fighting for the Upstate 8 title, they'll always have a pretty good crowd probably through the remainder of the season.
Pearson looking to reset the offense after that near steal by David Binion. And Anderson and Binion fighting for position. A little bit of contact there, and Binion's going to get whistled for the foul. Six minutes left in this first half from Larkin High School. Larkin on top, 28-13. Carlson with the tray. Make that 28-16.
Carlson with 5.
And Carlson really is their big guy. Averages 19 points a game. Look inside, picked off. Carlson looking for Anderson, stolen up ahead to Thomas. He's got Schuler. Schuler inside for Binion. Oh, that could have went either way, too. That was a generous call, I think.
I thought Bergman had maybe a step in position. In any case, Binion gets a break. Bergman got the foul.
Bergman laughing, smiling. He's not too sure about that. Hornock to inbound. Quick inside look, nice fade. Thomas off the mark. Look down court, Carlson will take it himself. Oh, picked off by Kendrick Thomas. And kept alive by DeKalb. Second time in a row, Thomas has looked to get it to Schuler, and it just hasn't worked out.
Larkin getting a little sloppy offensively.
Oh, man. David Binion went down hard.
Right into the side boards here on the bleachers. He gets up okay.
He shakes it off. Boy, 28-16 they're up, and everybody going for all the loose balls. Fight, fight, fight. Ware looking to set the DeKalb offense. Back to Bergman.
DeKalb patient, waiting for a good shot.
Inside to Anderson. Nice move off the mark. Binion, Larkin on a run. Oh, lots of contact, no foul. And Binion stares down the official.
I saw that too.
Oh, boy. God, Binion with the board, and he's hammered again.
David's getting hammered. Simpson.
Hornock to Simpson, and Hornock leads the Upstate 8 in assists. There he gets a nice dish to Simpson. Carlson, short. Hornock brings it up. Binion on the right wing. Takes it himself. Nice move. Junior point guard, Greg Hornock, takes him to the hole. 32-16, Larkin on top.
I tell you, DeKalb, you know, we said at the outset that they were going to come out with a three-point shot. As you can see right there, those shots are not falling. I think the inside game might be working a little bit tonight, oddly enough.
Yeah, thus far it's been Anderson inside, Carlson on the baseline.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Romanathan and Marlon Jordan check back in for DeKalb. Romanathan in the corner. Back out to the top of the key. Chris Brown with the quick hands knocked it away, and then Pearson got a piece of it before it went out of bounds. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. I'm John Mercure along with Paul Lepick. Thanks for joining us. Larkin on top, 32-16. Matt Schuler bringing the ball up. Mr. Binion looking baseline. A wide open Schuler. Oh my God, Paul, that thing could have brought rain. I think that might have hit a rafter and come down.
Schuler with 2 threes in the ballgame.
Wide open, off the mark. Oh, tough shot. Jordan buries a jumper. Up to Palmer. 2:50 left in this first half. Larkin looking to build on a big lead. Thomas wanted the inside pass. They whistle Bergman for over the back. He knocked the ball away. He doesn't like it.
It's going to be on Bergman. I believe that's his second personal.
And Larkin will inbound. Hornock looks to get it in. Oh boy, and they're whistling it tight out there tonight.
It's going to go on Ramonthon.
Now what makes this Larkin team so tough is that they are so unselfish. They kick it to the open man, they make that open pass.
Oh! That was almost a poster job for you, John.
Yeah, that was pretty, but it didn't go down.
Nope.
Pearson with the board. Carlson up quickly. Rejected.
Hello.
Bergman trying to take it in with the big timber, and Binion sends it home. Bergman smiles. He'll look to inbound. Oh, and he rejected again.
Jump it.
They're going to jump it up. David Binion, his presence is being felt on the inside.
Yeah, defensively. Offensively, he has no points yet. He just missed that little reverse layup off the alternate possession now going to Larkin.
And now Sharik Simpson checks in for Binion, and they like Simpson on the offensive end, but he's not quite the rebounder or defensive force that Binion is in there.
Binion comes out.
2:19 left in this first half, 35-18. Larkin on top. Palmer short. And DeKalb looking to cut into this lead. They really got to get closer than this, Paul, if they're going to have a shot in the second half. Carlson on the J. Oh, doesn't even draw air. It does draw air, doesn't even draw iron.
And you want to cut this lead to around 10 points if you're the DeKalb Barbs.
Palmer looks inside. Pearson picks it off.
Nice play by Pearson, stepping inside in the passing line.
Romanathan thought about it. Bergman off the mark. DeKalb keeps it alive. And a crazy acrobatic move, but he drew the foul. And Carlson will go to the line.
Looks like it's going to be on Brown.
And not the guy in this DeKalb team you want to foul. Carlson, an almost 78% free thrower. Pretty good for a high school kid. Both teams in the bonus.
Well, if he makes both, they can cut the lead to 15.
And the jinx of the broadcaster. You say how good a free throw shooter a guy is.
Well, if he makes one, he can cut the lead to 16.
1:28 left in this first half of basketball here at Larkin High School. And Carlson missed them both.
Yeah, Dominic Allwright, the team bus. Coach Kamada.
Kendrick Thomas looks inside. Zeismer wasn't looking. Hornock gets the ball and fouled, I believe, by Anderson. Are they going to give Anderson the foul?
Yeah, Anderson came right over the top and literally decapitated Hornock. So Hornock's going to go to the line for two here.
1:12 left in the first half. Larkin been sitting on 35 for a little while. Hornock off the mark on that first free throw.
And this has to concern Dominic Kamada. You said that they've been sitting on 35. I remember they've been sitting on 26 and 27 for a long time, too.
Hornock, an 80% free thrower, and he gets the second. Larkin coming with some pressure, knocked out of bounds by Zeismer.
It's one thing to blow out the DeKalb Barbs or any other team, but the point is you have to play offense consistently. You can't have off minutes, especially if you're competing in tournament play with the kind of team that Larkin has.
DeKalb gets it in. Romanathan looking to break the pressure. Long down court pass to Carlson. Oh.
Well, Kendrick gave him the shoulder. I didn't think that was such a bad call.
And he gets whistled for the foul. 1 minute left. And DeKalb is getting to the line quite a bit. I know Coach Cord said that one of the differences in that last ball game was that the Royals spent a lot more time at the charity stripe.
Yeah, 30, I believe he said 38 to 22, almost like 16 more free throws.
Steve Ware hits the first one, and he earns the bonus. And the second, 36 to 20. Larkin on top, under a minute left. Sharik Simpson out top.
And now DeKalb's guarding that three-point stripe. Larkin doesn't have that wide open shot anymore.
And they've also extended their defense.
Yeah, well, they may be looking back door if they can work Zeismer, maybe Simpson, looking for a cutter.
And it looks like Larkin content to play for one here. Palmer. Sharik Simpson crashes the boards, but they're going to call him for the foul over the back of Anderson.
Yeah, Simpson gave Anderson the hip. He came in over the top. Crowd doesn't like it too much, but they're going to give it to Simpson. Thought it was a pretty good call, too.
Well, it looks like there's a little bit of talking going on out there. Anderson and Palmer having words. Anderson, only a 48% free thrower on the year. And Engel checks into the ball game for the Royals. Sharik Simpson taking a seat. About 12 seconds left here in the first half of play. Ooh, Anderson hits the first one and earns the bonus. Pearson set to check back in for DeKalb. And he does. Pearson in for Carlson.
We put Anderson on the inbound guy here.
Time for one more Larkin push. DeKalb comes with pressure.
Nice
and the
play.
steal. Anderson, Pearson on the board, up and good. And that goes out of bounds as time expires. And a little bit of a run there for the DeKalb Barbs. We say with a run. They're still behind, 36-24. We'll be back for second half action and to recap some of that scoring for you after this short break on Jones Intercable Channel 6 Sports. Stay with us.
Get ready!
When we move fast. When we hit with irresistible force. Adventure training in the Army National Guard.
John Mercure along with Paul Lepick. Paul, quickly run down that first half scoring in this ball game.
Well, for Larkin, they're led in scoring with Sean Palmer with 13, Chris Brown with 10, and then you've got Schuler with 6, Hornock with 5, and Simpson with 2 for their total. And also for the DeKalb Barbs, they're led in scoring, pretty balanced scoring. Spencer Anderson with 6, they got Carlson with 5, Ware with 5, and Jordan and Pearson each with 4.
You know, and Larkin really dominating the ball game, but only up by a dozen. Kind of a weak second quarter effort for the Royals, and they're going to have to play consistent basketball all 4 quarters as they head into these regional and sectional games down the road.
Exactly right, and I think John Cordes, the head coach of DeKalb, I think he's pretty surprised that he's only down by 12. You know, and that's kind of what we were saying at halftime, that he has to get like around the 10-point margin. If they keep going inside, oddly enough, the inside game's working for them. If they can go in the inside game, this could be a closer game than a lot of people thought.
And second half action, DeKalb begins right in front of us. Ware looking to penetrate. Pearson puts it on the floor, looking for help. Looking, Palmer, tight D, gets it to Anderson. 36-24, Larkin on top. DeKalb patient. Inside, tipped away, and Hornock comes out of there with the ball. 7.5 minutes left. Hornock sets the offense. The 5 starters back on the court for Larkin. Binion, Brown, Palmer, Hornock. Oh, David Binion puts it in, and he's fouled.
It's Binion's first points of the night.
Now, who would have believed that? David Binion with his first 2 of the night, not until the second half begins. Andy's on the charity strike. Interesting story about David Binion. If Larkin does not make it downstate, Binion has been invited to compete compete in a new slam dunk contest they're having down there for high school basketball players. He's not sure if he will compete or not, but quite an honor to be down there with the top high school players from around the state throwing it down.
What an experience that is. We're going to talk about the regional sectional competition, but what an experience that is to be down in the spaceship in Champaign.
Pretty move. Marlon Jordan with a Jordan-esque move. DeKalb down by a dozen. Hornock to Binion. Inside to Binion. Tough move. Kiss off the glass and in. About a minute and a half gone by in this third quarter from Larkin High School. Pearson with the penetrating, slicing move in for two. And Hornock pushes. Oh, a careless pass. Carlson picks it up, looking to go coast to coast. And he's hammered by Palmer, but he gets the shot up, and he's going to go to the free throw line, I believe.
And Carlson in the act of shooting. No, they rule no. Not in the act of shooting.
And they'll
DeKalb inbound.
take it out underneath. All right, and they're set to go. Under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Inside look off two DeKalb players. Pearson and Jordan fight for the ball. Schuler up court. They're looking inside. Palmer. Sean Palmer, the leading scorer on this ball club, averaging a tad over 15 points a ball game. Palmer almost didn't elect to come back to this Larkin team. Talked into it by teammate Greg Hornock. And the Royals are glad that Palmer decided to play ball this season.
Well, they're leading three-point shooters.
That shot off the mark. Board and put back. Marlon Jordan.
That inside game's working for the Barbs. If they can just keep it successful, they can keep it within 12, which is what they're at right now. But they can't trade baskets. They have to play good defense on the other end.
DeKalb pesky. They won't go away. And Brown has been quiet. There he takes the jumper and he's fouled. They got off to that quick start out of the blocks in the first quarter, and he's been pretty quiet since. Pearson gets the personal.
And Brown to the line.
Brown looking to expand on a 12-point Larkin lead. Brown's a 62% free thrower. Knocks that one down.
First time Chris has been to the charity stripe tonight.
And the second one in and out. Pearson gets the board. Bergman. I don't know how he got in there, but he did and got the shot off and in.
Took the shot running away from the hoop.
Matt Schuler. Binion.
Whoa!
Binion looked like there was some contact in there.
And something had to allow for that arm to go the way it did. No foul called inside.
He throws it out of bounds, and now DeKalb can cut it to single digits. 4:20 left, third quarter. Behind the back pass.
Taking the crowd right out of this ball game.
And Brown gathers it in. An errant pass. Hornock starts up court, and you're right, Paul. It's gotten really quiet in here. Palmer to Binion.
David triple teamed.
I think Binion's come out and decided that he's going to put a few points on the board this second half.
He's got to get his average.
Yeah, and he's averaging 14 a ball game, so.
He's almost halfway there. He's got 6.
Carlson misses the jumper. Palmer to Binion. Looks back to Palmer. Knocked away. Here comes Ware and the Barbs. Oh, nice look. Carlson went up on that inside pass. Didn't get the ball to fall, but he was fouled.
Fouls on Chris Brown. It's called for that foul again. Sharik Simpson going to come back into the lineup for the Larkin Royals as Dominic Kanata is up off the bench on that errant pass from Binion back to Palmer.
And I got to believe he's not too happy with what he's seeing here.
No.
Game's kind of slowed down. It's sloppy.
Yeah. It's almost like Larkin has taken for granted that they're going to win this ball game, and somebody didn't tell DeKalb that same message.
And that won't go. Simpson with the rebound. And he's fouled. They're going to get either Pearson or Jordan on that. Larkin is ranked 13th in the Chicago area. Coming in, as we said, with a 21-3 record, 11-3 in the Upstate 8. And looking for a share of that conference crown. Hornock to Simpson. Simpson up strong, puts it in. Larkin back up by 14.
Simpson with 4, the lead in the Upstate 8 right now, held by Wabansie Valley, the newcomer.
And they are a half a game above the Royals. Jordan inside move, and he puts it in. And if both teams were to win the rest of their conference games, they'd end in a tie for the lead. But Wabansie Valley has a tough contest coming up against St. Charles next weekend.
Wabansie's off this week as this game's being played.
Boy, Binion put that in from on his back. Romanathan looking to run, goes up. Oh, he's hammered, and he gets it over Sharik Simpson.
Oh, my. High off the glass, Romanathan puts it down.
And the little man, 5'10", banks it in over big Sharik Simpson, who goes 6'4". They'll try to complete the three-point play. I take that back. I did it once again. Foul on Schuler.
I didn't think that was Schuler, but
no,
didn't see it that way. All right.
DeKalb can close to 11. But that's short. Kept alive. Binion gathers it in. That's a force. You got Binion and Sharik Simpson on the boards in there. That's scary for any team.
I tell you, though, DeKalb, though, is crashing the boards. They're challenging Larkin on that offensive glass.
Binion tries to put it on the floor. DeKalb comes away with it. And a double dribble.
Well, Binion defensively caused that double dribble on the part of Pearson. Pearson tried to dribble around him, and Binion did the double move on him.
Palmer, short, but Simpson keeps it alive. And Hornock goes up and is fouled. Can't knock it down. He'll go to the free throw line.
Boy, nice pass by Simpson down that baseline. Found Hornock. Hornock couldn't put it down. He'll go for the line, as you said, for 2, but that time good offensive play by the Larkin Royals.
And it's hard to find a weakness, but one of them I've noticed with David Binion is when he puts the ball on the court, which he tries to do quite a bit. Those pesky little guards come in there quite often, and they knock the ball away, cause some problems for him. Down here at this end, twice he put it on the court and dribbled it off his foot. But with all his strengths, I'll take that minor weakness.
Pearson's going to grab a seat as Carlson comes back in the lineup for the DeKalb Barbs.
Hornock averaging 5.5 points a ball game, but also 5 assists. Second free throw on the way. And it's good. 51-37, Larkin on top. Coming up on the 2-minute mark, third quarter. Bergman, boy, he takes it right inside. Fight for the rebound. Anderson sticks it back.
I believe it was Palmer that went for the steal. And in that case, he just went right to the hoop.
Anderson only averages 4 points a ball game. Binion. Thomas is posted up inside. Hornock with the jumper. And that's a 2.
Hornock with 9.
Romanathan has Binion on him, blows past him inside.
Nice play.
And Jordan up and in.
Jordan with 8 in the quarter. Nice
All
inside move.
inside.
That's right. Nice inside game for Jordan.
Hornock, Palmer wide open. Thought about the 3. One minute left. Larkin holding on to that 12-point lead. Simpson, Thomas flashes inside. Oh! And they're going to get Binion. He rushed in from that baseline spot over the back.
Even trying to get position inside.
Binion, the leading rebounder on this team, coming into the game, had 154 boards on the year. DeKalb looking to cut it down to 10 again. Inside and off the hands of Jordan. They tried to go to the guy with the hot hand.
Well, but Jordan was almost double teamed. He did have a step inside, but you're going to have to come up with a precision, perfect pass inside, and just didn't happen.
About 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Hornock sets the offense. Larkin looks like they'll play for 1. Zeismer into the game for the Royals. Hornock encounters pressure. Palmer baseline. Tough shot. Off the mark, but he's hammered.
Got double teamed down low on the baseline. We're going to call it on Bergman,
who still has a smile on his face.
Put Palmer to the line. Palmer with 15 so far tonight.
Right on his average. Palmer hits the first one. He's a 72% shooter from the charity stripe. 8 seconds left. Steve Ware checks in the ball game. Kasi Romanathan, a seat next to the coach. Palmer hits both. DeKalb looks to get it up. Big man Anderson on the court. Inside, Jordan with the jumper. Oh, would have been good. Didn't go. And that brings us to the end of 3 quarters of basketball here at Larkin High School, with Larkin clinging to a 55-41 point lead. And we'll be back with more Upstate 8 basketball after this short break.
After dating the guy forever, you think I could tell him anything. Why is this so hard? I'm really scared.
It takes a lot of guts to tell someone he's too drunk to drive. But you can do it. Just say it. Because if you don't, there may be nothing left to say.
Kevin, I'm gonna drive.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
Hush, little baby, don't say a
Last year, thousands of innocent children.
For fourth quarter action. And Larkin looking to make something happen. And the jumper and a three-pointer is good for Palmer from the corner. And Larkin opens up that lead a little bit. Long down-court pass, and Anderson stepped on the line. Another DeKalb Barb turnover. Hornock set to inbound. Palmer, Thomas, Simpson, Zeismer on the floor. A little pressure from DeKalb. Across the timeline.
Simpson lost control.
And somebody hand swiped it away, maybe Bergman underneath. And Larkin will inbound.
Oh, wide open.
Oh, he should have stuck that one. He did get hammered, went up, couldn't get it to go down. And this school's really getting used to a winner, Paul. Here it is, and beginning of the fourth quarter, they're clearing out already. This place is emptying out. 17-point lead. They think it's in the bag. Simpson looking to expand the lead. He hits the free throw. 68% free throw shooter on the year. And the second one coming your way. And it's good. And Ware brings it up court for the Barbs. Still looking to slow it up. Carlson. Back to Ware. Oh, and Simpson read that. He's got a breakout. And he lays it in.
Yep.
The fans rose up. They thought it might get ugly here for a second.
Simpson with 8. Nice play.
Nice look. Jordan hits it. And DeKalb calls a timeout. We're going to keep it here with you. Let's talk a little bit about that regional sectional action coming up. Larkin doesn't have to go too far away. They play in the Elgin regional sectional complex. And really, when you look at it on paper, there's nobody in that complex that has the athletes that Larkin has.
That's true. They get a bye in the first round, and they play the winner of McHenry versus Streamwood. McHenry 15th ranked, Streamwood 16th ranked. So you figure just on paper that Larkin's got that one. Then they play the winner of Rockford, Jefferson, Crystal Lake Central. That could be a tough ball game. Central doesn't play too bad. They're ranked number 9, kind of halfway in that particular sectional complex. And that'll be on Friday at 7:30 on March the 6th, if they get that far. And then past that, who knows?
Yeah, the real competition might be in the bottom half. Rockton, Hononegah, the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
Dundee Crown from Carpentersville is also there. And Elgin. You can never rule Elgin out, especially when they're playing Larkin. They're down in the bottom half of that second part of the draw.
That would be a heck of a matchup if Elgin plays Larkin again in the sectional final.
Larkin's first couple games will be at home. Hornock breaks the press. Kendrick Thomas rises above the crowd and puts in the deuce. 6.5 minutes left in the ball game. Larkin expands the lead to 21. Inside for Pearson. Zeismer, ooh. And he gets a piece of Pearson. Pearson will go to the line.
Yeah, credit that inside move by Pearson. Pearson had Zeismer on his left hip. Tried to put it up off the glass. Zeismer came over the top and fouled him. So Pearson's going to go for 2 shots.
DeKalb has some good athletes, and they'll be out in that Rock Island regional sectional, which is a tough one, really packed. Rock Island out there. Rockford Boylan playing great basketball. LaSalle, Peru.
And DeKalb has an opening round game against 7th-ranked Rock Falls. Then they play the winner of LaSalle, Peru, and Sterling. LaSalle, Peru ranked number 2 in that particular regional sectional complex.
And Pearson hits the free throw. Second one on the way. 56% shooter from the line. Oh, Binion grabs the board. Hornock sets up the offense. And that's a turnover for the Royals. And DeKalb brings it up. They have a small lineup on the floor. Ware, Bergman, Romanathan. Palmer on the steal. He's alone.
Yep.
And he lays it in. 22-point Royal lead. Dom Kanata up on the sidelines.
I think what you're seeing here is a lack of a bench on the part of DeKalb. These guys have been in, playing a lot of minutes.
And Ware buries that jumper. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Inside for Binion. He kicks it back out.
Hello.
Simpson hammered once again. Can't get the bucket to fall.
Well, it looks like Simpson was going to go for the slammer. And Pearson got him across the arm. Simpson will go to the line for 2. Boy, that final game of that regional sectional complex, that super sectional action is going to be at the Rockford Metro Center. That is a heck of a facility, that new facility out there in Rockford.
Yeah, we were out there last year for the Larkin ball game against Rock Island, and Larkin never really got in the ball game, but it was an exciting place to watch a high school basketball game.
Normally, Northern Illinois plays a lot of their games there at the Rockford Metro Center.
Oh! Pearson wanted to throw down. The Royals say, not in our gym, buddy.
Instead, he threw Palmer.
Yeah, he went up hard, though. Oh, and I think that got the blood pumping. Binion talking a little bit, Simpson talking a little bit. You can be up by 40 points. A guy tries to throw down in your gym. Pearson at the line. He'll try to settle for 2 free throws. First one off the back of the iron. And that one off the back of the iron. Brown clears. He's been kind of quiet since that first quarter. Coming up at 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Binion got hammered.
No call.
What do you need, a body bag? Oh, Brown rejected, and the Royals are running. Schuler. Oh, poor Binion.
David a little frustrated, rightly so.
And the foul. There you see that quick-handed defense that Dom Canada likes so much on this Larkin ball club. Fourth quarter, Larkin on top, 67-46. One and the bonus for Schuler. Schuler, a 60% free throw shooter on the year. Looking to build on this 22-point Royal lead. And he does. Checking in for DeKalb, Spencer Anderson, Barron Carlson, and out come Bergman and Jordan. Boy, and full court pressure for the Royals.
Take the shot.
Back outside Ramanathan. Ware thinks about it and takes it. In and out, but big Spencer Anderson puts it back.
Anderson with 10.
Schuler hounded by Ware. And Ware gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Reach behind the back. It's going to send Schuler to the line. Schuler with 8 points, 2 3-point buckets, and 2 free throws on the night. Schuler at the line again for another 1-and-1.
4:21 left in the ball game.
I think it's safe to say that Larkin's got this one pretty much in the bag. So as we sit here, they have tied Waubonsee Valley for the conference lead, and they'll up their record overall to 22-3, 12-3 in conference.
And they're on pace to better last year's record of 25-6 when they went to the Super Sectional.
DeKalb will fall to 6-9 and 12-12 on the year overall. A little traveling there.
Travel right in front of us. He could have packed a bag and took a shorter trip. And then some miscommunication. Pearson goes for the ball. Carlson goes for the ball. Shot out of bounds.
I think the refs want this one to be over. Schuler carried the ball as he cut across towards the middle there. No call.
Dished off. Binion. Driving baseline. And he throws it down. And the crowd goes crazy.
Similar shot to the one that we saw when they played Elgin at Elgin High.
David Binion.
Same angle and everything.
That's going to clear the set. Down Canada getting some of the other players up and ready to check into the ball game. 3:15 left. Brown misses the jumper. And that's what they come to see, David Binion. Off Sharik's leg, and here come the reinforcements. Angle checks in, Zeismer checks in. Charles Asp into the ball game. Binion out, Palmer out.
Brown, Chris Brown.
Chris Brown sits down. And there you see a happy Larkin bench. Dom Canada pretty pleased with how the fourth quarter's gone. DeKalb inbounds, Ramanathan. And they whistle Engel for the personal. And both teams in the bonus. Ramanathan to the line. On the year, a 57% free throw shooter. They like Ramanathan's defense, his quick hands. He's a playmaker, but he struggled from the field a little bit.
Derek Thomas comes in as Schuler goes out.
And he gets a nice hand. There's a nice look at Kasi Ramanathan. And he hits the free throw. Earns the bonus. Looking to cut it to 20. Off the back of the iron, and Zeismer with the board. Outlets to Thomas, looking to run.
Hello.
Up, up. Tariq Simpson can't control, and it goes out of bounds.
Thomas looked cross court to Simpson, and Simpson said, okay, do the alley-oop, but he just couldn't catch it and tip it in. You take the press off.
And Rolf Anderson is checked in the ballgame for DeKalb. Derek Guyman also in there. Mike Benson and John Tozlowski, as both coaches empty their bench, get their players some valuable playing time as they head into the regional, sectional, postseason playoffs.
Last foul was on Charles Asp.
Guyman misses a free throw, but ends up back with the ball. Thomas with the pressure. DeKalb moves it well, and Guyman. This is a jumper. Zeismer with another board. Up breakout. Kendrick Thomas. Oh, nope. Gives it to Simpson, who missed the jam, and we have a whistle on the play. Thomas is asking himself, what do I got to do?
Tries to lead Simpson twice, and Simpson couldn't put it down.
And the crowd goes crazy. That's because number 54, Casey Wagner, checks into the ballgame. Kendrick Thomas out.
Kendrick's going to have to try the passes a couple other times on a later night.
And Engel hits the free throw. And also into the ball game, Joseph Nelson, junior guard, number 10. And Engel gets them both. Guyman brings it up. Oh, and that is far short. Kept alive. Guyman looking for help, over to Anderson. Back to Anderson.
Nice play.
Kozlowski misses the jumper. And Joe Nelson heads up court. Kicks over to Wagner. They want Wagner to put it up. Guyman. Zeismer comes out of there with the ball, over to Nelson. A minute 40.
See if they can find Wagner.
Three! Nelson with the tray.
Now let's get Wagner.
52-78, Larkin opening up. Guyman looking for help. Benson off the mark. And here come the Royals on another charge. Engel. Nope. Can't get the jumper to go. Out of bounds, and DeKalb will get the basketball. And some more subs check in for the Royals. Michael Eid into the ball game. Henson into the ball game. And Jason Sellers in for the Royals.
Soderholm going to check in as well.
Look at him, he's chomping at the bit over there.
Yep.
DeKalb can't control. Larkin basketball. Under a minute left.
Here comes Soderholm.
And big Soderholm checks into the game. 6'5", 220.
Let's see if Soderholm or Wagner can put it down in the next 50 seconds.
The junior center in. And he's posting up. Oh. Threw his elbows around a little bit.
Yep. Yep.
And they're going to whistle Henson for the foul.
Getting a little razzing from the coaching staff of Larkin. You animal.
And Tom Juragia, DeKalb's answer to Soderholm in the game for the Barbs. Number 42 in the middle. Oh, Guyman cans the jumper. It's a two-pointer. Soderholm, yep, puts it down. He's on the board. 25 seconds left. Guyman. Stolen.
Oh, I think they're going to call that foul on Guyman.
Sellers with the steal, was carrying the ball up court.
Yep. Guyman undercut him.
And Jason Sellers, junior forward, will be at the line. Jason Sellers has not attempted a free throw this year. He's in foreign territory. That's not so hard. Nah. He puts it down. And earns the bonus. Off the front of the rim. And DeKalb with another shot. Knocked out of bounds by Henson. 6 seconds left in this, the last regular season ball game here at Larkin High School. Guyman, good if it goes. Off the iron. And that's going to do it. Time runs out in this ball game. Larkin comes away with an 81-54 victory over the DeKalb Barbs. Third victory of the year for the Larkin Royals over the DeKalb Barbs. There you see the final score. The teams exchange handshakes, comments. They're pretty familiar with each other. And we'll be right back to recap the scoring for you and give you a few programming notes after this break.
I got my tuition paid thanks to EAL.
EAL made it happen for me.
Educational Assistance Limited has helped over 1,000 kids like these get a college education. I'm Peter Roscom. EAL takes your donation of excess business inventory and swaps it for scholarships of like value. EAL, it's a great way for business to lend a hand. Call 708-690-0010.
And a big victory for the Larkin Royals, an expected victory. They were supposed to win this one, and the good teams do. They find a way to come out on top big. Larkin comes away with a 54-81 thrashing of the DeKalb Barbs. And Paul, maybe if you want to go over some of that scoring for us.
Well, as you said, 81-54, Larkin the winner. With the victory, Larkin goes to 22-3 overall, 12-3 in conference play. They tie Wabansie Valley right now for the lead. Led in scoring for Palmer with 22. You have Schuler with 10. You have Binion with 10. Brown with 11. Then it goes down to Simpson with 8, Hornock with 9, Nelson with 3, Sellers with 1, Engel with 2, Thomas with 2, and Soderholm with 2, with the 81 points for the Larkin Royals. For the DeKalb Barbs, they were led in scoring with Jordan with 14. Then you have Spencer Anderson with 10, Carlson with 9, Ware with 7, Pearson with 7. You have Ramonthon with 3, Bergman with 2, Guyman with 2 for the 54 points. With the loss, DeKalb's record falls to 12-12 overall, 6-9 in conference play. And as you said, this was senior night tonight, the last regular season home game for the Larkin Royals before the regional sectional competition.
And there you have it. A good effort for the Royals. They slacked off a little bit during the middle of that second quarter into the third quarter, but they come on with a strong final period and a good effort. Some good team defense, some good rebounding, and this effort bodes well as they head into the regionals and on into the sectionals. And you know, Paul, you've seen a lot of these ball games, and it's going to take that type of effort. 4 quarters of good, consistent basketball if the Royals are going to go on and repeat last year's effort and go on to the sectionals and to the super sectionals.
Exactly right. They outscored DeKalb tonight 26-9 after that first quarter. But then it got kind of hairy with 15-10 as far as DeKalb outscoring Larkin in the second quarter. 19-17, Larkin up by 2 in that third quarter as far as quarter scoring, but then Larkin blowing it out in that fourth quarter. But those 2 quarters, those middle quarters, you don't want to see that happen, any slacking off, especially if you're going to be a playoff team, and especially you're ranked #1 in your own regional sectional complex, which is telling you they're expecting you to come out of there a winner.
There you see some of the fans clearing out, and they're a happy bunch tonight. Larkin, as we've said, victorious this evening. And we're going to be bringing you some regional coverage, some sectional coverage. As far as Larkin goes, that's as far as Channel 6 goes. We're going to follow them till the end, keep good track of them. And we're also going to follow other local basketball, the Green Wave, Elgin, whoever's making the noise. Channel 6 will be there to bring it home to you. And that's going to bring us to the end of our high school basketball Upstate 8 battle. Larkin versus DeKalb tonight. We want to thank you for joining us. Our executive director, Rich Hirschberg. For Paul Epic, I'm John Mercure. Jim Smooth Sound Holland on audio. Steady Chad Plasmere, the graphic man. Swervin' Irvin Holly. And good guy Aaron Oddie, our cameraman. This has been a Jones Intercable Elgin WESE TV production. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time. Good night.